This is the podcast about nothing with your host, LIO BLK, the unfiltered voice.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Podcast About Nothing, and I'm your host, LIO BLK, the unfiltered voice. I'm back again with another episode of this podcast. Yo, man, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be here. And yeah, I'm buying alone today. Have no co-host or some thought. But yeah, man, we're gonna roll again. We have another exciting episode for you. And I hope you're gonna tune in and you're gonna subscribe, like, and press all the notification bell as well, so you can know when the new episode comes through. I hope you've been enjoying the other episodes that I've dropped. And drop us a comment if you wanna see something here, so we can maybe see if we can work something out for you. Today we're gonna talk about something very common to everyone. Love. We just come from a month of love. Last month we said, some people were celebrating Valentines Day. Some people were showing each other love and appreciation, and I just thought maybe let me just do a little bit of an episode for talking about love in general, the misfortunes about love in general, the good and the bad, everything that always around love. I don't know where to begin on anything, because I've been very much unfortunate when it comes to that department. Love has forsaken me for a while now. It's been like 2.5 years to be exact. I was in a relationship. The last time I was in a relationship was 2020. Yeah, it was 2020, and ever since I've been single. Obviously there's been a situation here and there where I've been partaking in piece jobs and what, and some never really made it past the talking stage. Some never really made it past a relationship, but made it to become a relationship as a whole. So the last time I had a real solid relationship, it was 2020. It's been a while. It's been quite a while. And obviously I've been somewhat looking and somewhat not, sometimes not looking, but sometimes I was just like, whatever, let me just chill and see how it goes and see what happens. But during the time that I've been doing all of those things, looking and not looking, sitting back, I've been realizing a lot of stuff, man. Dating in the 30s is no jokes. Early 20s or early 30s is no joke. It's hell. What have we become, guys? What is this? What is this that is happening around here, man? Every time I'm trying to engage or turn a date, I'm spooked away every fucking time. And I feel like it's getting worse and worse. There's no way that it's getting better right now. It's the South African economy that is getting worse. It's the infrastructure of everything in South Africa is getting worse, by the way, so I can say. The infrastructure, the government, everything, actually. Even job, guys, is suffering. Why? Even guys, why? Oh my goodness. There's so many things that are going bad. And I've realized I'm in the 30s, I think in the early 30s and late 20s, it's the pit. It's the pit, honestly. But yeah, man, and I think the thing that contributes to it is because people they have so much unrealistic expectations. People live in a bubble. I think people need to come back and realize they live in South Africa, not in America, not in any country beside because people need to come back and realize that these expectations that they're creating are not going to are not realistic enough for them to be able to find a sustainable relationship with anybody. Even when you're trying to date people, you end up regretting it. You end up what a waste of my time, because of how unrealistic a relationship is becoming, expectations in a relationship are becoming. You're expected to do all sorts of things and everything. There's a long list of things you are now given. It's a T's and C's of the job. You need to. Have you ever read? Have you ever seen terms and conditions of any product that maybe it's either a product or a service that you subscribe into? There's a long list. Nobody ever read that shit. But anyway, into reading there's those terms and conditions, and people want you to read that shit. And when you don't read that shit, anyway, it's gonna end bad for you, because this person gonna put like, yo, I said this, I want this and this and that and that. But anyway, that's a bad example, by the way. So as I'm saying is that in a relationship, we need to be able to understand that a relationship is something that we need to embrace as a band, because it's two people coming together more than anything. It's not me coming to get you, to make you something, whatever and everything. Guys, it's my Diana, and we're not gonna get any younger, And the more we make this expectation being unrealistic more and more, the more we're gonna end up alone. And I'm seeing that a lot. People are now coasting and just taking piece jobs and having hookups here and there. And I think this is more sustainable right now. As said as that sound, I think hookups and peace jobs are more sustainable than my relationships. Like, people have been in the long term talking stages, and hookups they come relationships nowadays, because hookups have no attachment, have no long-term commitment, have no terms and conditions. You just go as you want to go. And that's what I think even though maybe my relationship should have a little bit of a structure, because you need commitment. I feel like they don't have to be serious to a point that now you're scaring a person away, But I feel like people are trying to do that so much. Some people are chasing their dream. Hey, boo, all my friends are getting married. Oh, wow. Hey, boo, all my niggas have wives. Oh, my one. But I'm like, yo, calm down. Chase your own dream. Chase your own thing at your own pace. Don't rush something because you see someone else has it also. Like, that's not how life works, We're not going to have the same thing all the time, Someone will going to have something, someone else will not, So we need to be able to be realistic about what we want, and then now I need to be in a relationship. No, guys, on Valentines, I can't be lonely and everything. We just come from Valentines. And you see how ridiculous people have been acting out. And some people like, the craziest thing about Valentine is a lot of people, as that I found and came across, a lot of people join Tinder, these other like about love, dating sites around that, around February. I don't know which, I'm not trying to find that shit. A lot of people join, dating sites around, Valentines and everything, because they don't want to be lonely during that time. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to be. They want to also receive something. They want to like post flowers and everything. Guys, social media accounts will kill you. Like, social media will kill you. Will make you do some crazy stuff. You don't have to chase everything because you see on social media is trending. Everybody's talking about it and everything. It's okay to not have something. It's okay, because when you want to, because once you get it, you will embrace it and appreciate it, because you've had a period where you didn't have it and you learned how hard it is and how sad it is like when you didn't have it. But now that you have it, you're gonna appreciate it. But the fact that you are able to go out and get it, that is not gonna be meaningful to you when you get it from someone who genuinely is doing it for you from the bottom of their heart. But I guess maybe we look at things differently. But for me, I look at it in that way. So yeah, man. Valentine's is just a crazy concept for me also, Abang, they love it, Abang, they hate it. And I think most people that love it is people that are single. That's crazy, good for me. And people that love it are the one that hate it, are the one that are in relationships. And I think it's not because they hate it as per se. It's because they know the people they are with. They're not for that shit. So obviously they now conform to it, but it's Valentine's, it's Tuesday, it's Sunday, it's the same thing, And I've already said that some people don't communicate these things with their partners, and then they now become like anti something because they realize their partner are not for those things, Me, I'm used to not to love Valentine's. When I was in a relationship, past relationships, I probably wouldn't have celebrated, but there was one relationship that I started celebrating Valentine's because my partner at that time was literally opening my eyes about those things. I'm like, oh, okay, not teaching me per se, but like showing me significance of it, showing me how is it important in a relationship and everything. And we went as far as like, okay, saying let's treat Valentine as like, let's show each other what do we expect from each other, And she showed me what she expected by doing that thing that she wanted. And I saw where I'm like, this is nice, getting something on the Valentine's, getting something delivered to work and everything. It makes me happy, there's that sort of happiness you get from it. And that's when I realize, I'm like, no, man, I've been sleeping on this thing. This thing is cool. Let me do it. Let me buy flowers. Let me do all these things. People need to be taught sometimes, guys, or pushed towards something. I'm not saying everything, but like there are certain things that people need to be taught about, need to be pushed toward to do as well. Because some people have never been exposed to those things, and you can never fault someone for not knowing something, honestly, because we've all been into situations where people who've literally never had a problem or never cared about any kind of that thing. So I guess people literally need that little bit of a nudge to like, okay, cool. Oh yes, I love this. I want this. I need this for myself, But I guess maybe the craziest thing is that people now want to have, again, a social media followers that think, okay, they got something on Valentine's. I got a little bouquet on Valentine's flowers and everything, blah, 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 blah. It's crazy, Also about dating, bro. Like dating for all the wrong reasons. People are dating for all the wrong reasons I've mentioned earlier. People are either want to impress people, or their friends, or they're feeling lonely and they just want to replace that loneliness with someone else in their company. They're going through things in life, and people are also broke. They want to erase that phase of brokenness in their life. And also people want to elevate their life using Umjolo. And I feel those things are wrong for Umjolo, guys. Those are the 5 wrong reasons you can ever get into Umjolo falls on. Because you can never, ever, ever achieve anything meaningful when you're getting those 5. Because uthando udinga ukuthi ungene ngoba lona ufuna lona uthando, because you must seek love first. Everything else must follow. I'm not saying go in date some people just because they're gonna give you love, no, but the most important thing that you should go for is love. I'm not saying just because uthando. No, people will ask me, what I want. No, you can date someone who's good looking but still uthando. You can date someone on the imali kodwa ukane ngokuthanda. You don't date someone from their pocket first to their heart later. No, you start from their heart and then it's gonna go down to their pocket, wherever that you wanna go. Because at the end of the day, this is a relationship. This is not an exchange or a transaction between 2 people. If you want a transaction between 2 people, there is that also, I don't know why people are trying to hide behind Umjolo if they want to sell things or they want to sell themselves to other people. You can do that, that. There's so many platforms for you to do that. You can be, there's so many ways for you to do that. But people don't want to be glorified girlfriends when they know deep down they're not girlfriends. They're just and everything. And some guys want to be like boyfriends, but they know they're just, that's the thing about this thing about the men's nowadays. People need to get into a relationship for right reasons. You can date. The greatest thing about this Katsamand, people are very open-minded. There is someone for everyone. That's not, if you want a polyamorous relationship, you want an open relationship, you want a friends with benefit relationships, you will get it. Just that you need to find that person for you. You don't have to find it who's far in that way anyway. There's no need for you to be in just because you need something. If you want a guy who's gonna send you money just because you spent the weekend with him, you're gonna find that thing, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna even cap. You're gonna get that. It's just that people need to realize that there is a market for everyone, and the people just need to find their own markets and lean towards that, and then they'll be happier. Another thing is that people don't realize is that when they now create a personality, a facade of some sort, I'm like, oh, I love you, I want to be with you. We are literally taking away a person who has good intentions away from the market. And when you're full of game. And if you really genuinely wanted a genuine person, and then you guys meet and match, this would be such an amazing story. But if you don't have those intentions or genuine intention, you lie to someone, you misrepresent yourself just because you want to get into someone, want to get into their pants, you want to get into their pockets and everything. you're now taking a nice gentleman or a lady who was willing to to go into the relationship and date, but go in and go about one route, and you need to manipulate the situation, manipulate your way into a relationship with someone because you want 2 and 3 and 4. You've now taken someone out of that game, and then that's how people get hurt. That's how people end up coming saying men are trash. That's how people come into a situation when they have struggles of trusting people again, because we have this type of people who literally fuck up the system, for no reason, honestly. Also another thing is that people don't necessarily admit this. There was a time, and I think I'm still in that phase, the time where you need to realize that I'm not financially fit. I'm not also in terms of my goals and my career, I'm not there to be in a relationship. And that is something that is very key. So many people get into a relationship and then they don't ask themselves that question, am I financially fit, and am I in a career or in a stage or in life where I feel like I can be able to start a relationship and grow it into a point that it can end something that is great. You need to ask yourself that thing, because you can never ever just assume that a relationship is gonna make everything work. Because a relationship requires a lot. It requires you to have some resources for you to sustain it and maintain it, because you can't just go there with I love you, uthando bethu sinalo zonke. So you need to be able to give more into the relationship so it can survive and withstand everything that is there, because anybody can love someone, but what do you offer that is different to the person to the person? And there's something that you're offering. Is it enough for you and the person to create a home about? But people don't even know if that's a thing or not. But that's the thing I always say, people need to understand that as well. I feel like it's just a way people are sometimes. I'm not allowed to say anything, but I'm just sharing my experience, things that I've encountered. Now I've been in a situation where I feel like I'm still trying to find my own feet. I can't bring a child in my life, and a woman and as much as I've met wonderful women in my life, but I can't now say I've dated this one lady and she was so amazing to me, and she was aimed to be there for me and everything. But I was like, yo, bitch, I love you, but I'm not ready to be with you right now. I'm not ready to give you that you deserve right now. What you're giving me, I can't reciprocate it, and that's fine, to be that guy to to admit, no, you met a wonderful woman or you met a wonderful guy, but you can't meet them double halfway or in the same level, you're prepared to say, and that is fine, because you're always gonna second guess yourself in the relationship, because you're gonna be insecure. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm failing everything, and that's not right in a relationship to also feel like that. You need to be very secure, be very sure and for sure. Okay, no, I can do this. People now there's this thing concept kind of talking stages. I did that thing I think a year or so ago. There's nothing that has been that is exhausting as that thing. That thing is exhausting. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people constantly try to maintain it. It is exhausting. It's demanding and everything. More than anything, when you do it with two multiple people, because when you date, you can't date one people. And I believe that when you're in a talking stage, you need to talk with multiple people. When I was doing it a year ago, I was on Tinder, also went to Bumble, just try and find people, different people, in my experiences. Oh my God. Horrible. I met nice, maybe 1 or 2 women there, but the rest, please God. I've met people who were literally, wow, the stories I could tell you. There was a woman that I met. We went out. I was shopping for my son, and then she also was shopping for a kid. Next thing, she put the clothes in my basket, and then she disappears. And then next thing, I'm like, where is she? And then she disappeared, and I had to pay for the whole thing. I'm like, how do people do this? And she dropped the basket right at we were going to pay the till, and she disappears. So we're like, what the fuck is that? And then you get a lot of people, man. You get all kinds of people. Like, it's so crazy. But I believe that talking stage is a waste of time. For me, it's like you're auditioning for someone to find something wrong with you, because at the end of the day, they're going to find something wrong with you and they will ghost you after that. And that's why I hate it, because if you are looking for a relationship, you're not going to look for something wrong about the person. You're going to try to get to know the person, because now people nowadays are looking, they're coming to life to scrutinize you more than to get to know you. And I feel like I don't like when someone that scrutinizes me. I don't like being scrutinized. It's not nice. Like, I feel like it's you're stripping me naked, and then when you strip me naked, you're gonna feel, here's an what and everything, and I don't like that shit. I feel like you need to get to know me, understand where I'm coming from, and how did I get these what you call flaws that I have, and explain myself, because some people will find out like, oh, you have kids, you have 3 kids. Oh my God, why do you have so many kids? You don't know the backstory. Already you've judged me, you've given everything like, oh, this guy has 3 kids and everything. And as a guy also, she has 3 kids. Oh my God, why you have 3 kids? Or what? You don't know the backstory, And that's the thing about talking stage that I kind of dislike, For me, it even took initiative. That I think that, it's like, I'm down with talking stages. If I meet someone that I like, I'm gonna propose them to be my girlfriend, and that's on that. And I did that. And I found that that woman that I did it to, she was wonderful. Oh, I lied to you. And I just was not 100% with her though. I feel like she was beautiful, she was amazing, and I just feel like I wasn't gonna be able to, I was insecure more than anything. And I kind of like kept on like looking at the side. I was still chatting with people on my Tinder, and she found out about it and she broke up with me, and I was like, shit. She hurt, and the way she was hurt is when I realized that this girl really loved me, regardless of who I was and what I was going through at the time. She literally loved me, and for who I was, I feel like that's when I realized things like shit, and it was too late. She was already gone, and next thing I'm seeing, she's posting with another, and I'm like, okay, fucking hell, great, my loss, I guess. And that's the thing, man. Talking stages for me, you need to take it, I think if you want to be in a relationship, you're taking a chance. Obviously, you need to get to know someone for a few days, few weeks, and stuff like that. But don't prolong it. The people who are in talking stages for 6 months right now, and I'm not capping. No, we've been talking, we're still talking. Why are you talking for 6 months that is not ending? Because there's no way that you can talk with someone for 6 months. In fact, for 3 months, let me just say for 3 months, and you don't know what's in the 3 months. Do you either like the person or you don't like the person? Do you either see yourself with the person or you don't? That's when you should know, man. Like, if you're talking, let me tell you, if there's someone right now you're talking to, it's over 5 or 6 months, close that thing, delete that number, block that person, because you're wasting your time if you are expecting a relation from that thing. Unless you're loving the talking and the chatting something serious, then it's fine. But if you're looking for something real and serious, man, you're wasting your time, because there's no way that person's gonna tell you and say like, yo, you're the one for me. You're just a placeholder until the right guy or right girl comes along, and then you're done. Yeah, sorry to be the bad guy, but yeah, that's how to say it. Talking stages, also the reason I hate them is because I got ghosted a lot. I hate being ghosted. Oh my God, I got ghosted. Like, I even got ghosted twice by one girl. And I couldn't believe this, bro. Like, she ghosted me twice. And you will also say, how? Let me tell you, the believer in me literally, oh my God, let me explain the story. So I met this girl and we started talking about anything. And I'm like, yo, I like you, we need to start, or we keep talking. And I'm like, yo, I want us to go away for like a weekend and stuff like that. It's December right now, it's kind of like chill bees and everything. I'm like, yeah, I want to go away, but when? Because December, I'm like, yo, I don't want to be home for December, for Christmas and everything. Like, so do I. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna book for a place. I'm gonna look for a place for us. We can book for the weekend for Christmas. We're gonna be away for Christmas. You know, we're away for Christmas. Okay, and then Christmas comes. We're talking. We're good. We're vibing, man. Everything is perfect. You know. Well, comes the day, the weekend. It's Friday. I'm driving. I should have known, though. She's from PNB. She would have known. The signs were there. And anyway, that's not the case. But as I'm driving to PNB, I'm in contact with her. I'm like, yo, I'll tell you, I'll drop you the pin when I'm at the Airbnb, you know. Then I get to Airbnb, I check in and wait for her. Actually, I wait for her at the gates because she was close. We're getting in. Everything was perfect. We good and everything. And the weekend goes so smoothly. The first night, we chill, we eat, we watch some series. And the following morning, we order. Okay, we go to buy food at Pick and Pay. She cooks. She cook a nice meal. I even remember what she cooked. I think she cooked chicken stroganoff or something like that, and rice. This was so amazing. So it's good. We ate, watched TV. I think we even watched this other series that was dropping, How to Ruin Christmas, and Netflix. It was such a cool time, bro. Like the perfect time you can imagine. You know, I thought I had found the love of my life, but damn, you know. And what happened was, we left the following morning, on Boxing Day. Everything was good. We went for brunch, we ate and everything, and you know, we chilled. I'm like, okay, everything is good, you know, like, everything is perfect, everything's aligning, you know. But yeah, then I go home, I tell my friends, I tell my cousins, like, because I go into my cousin's house, I'm like, yo, had this crazy weekend, everything was what, and you know, and I tell her, I'm like, yo, I'm home, I'm excited. We talk for a few days. Few days afterwards, dog, she ghosts me. I think it's just Jan, bro. Like after Jan, like I sent all this like those cute messages and everything. She's giving me vibes, you know, and I'm like, next thing I'm blocked. I don't know if I'm blocked or I'm ignored or something, but between the two, you know. At the same time, I'm like, yo, how? Then I see that two girl is like mising me, blocked me and everything. And I'm like, shit, what happened? And I'm like, okay, fine, then move on and everything, you know. And so a few months later, I think 2 months later or 3 months later, she hit me up on my DMs. I'm like, hey, how are you? I want to apologize how things happened between you and I and everything, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, decade as I am, I fall for the trap. I'm like, yo, I'm like, I know it's cool. I understand. If it's okay, can we meet so we can talk face to face and everything? I drive again to Marisburg, PNB. I drive to PNB. We have a great lunch. We talk and everything went on and everything like that.
So what I forgot to mention is that, okay, when she hit me up, she apologized for ghosting me, and she told me her reasons why she ghosted me, of which were like, she saw that I was a good guy, I was good to her and everything, and she kind of felt like she wasn't as good, and she saw herself as someone who was not good, and she feared that I was gonna see that as well, and when I see her, I was gonna fall out of love, and she wasn't gonna be able to take it well when she see me fall out of love because she's not a good person. And I was like, no, you're not, you know. And it's because of what she went through, I guess her traumas and stuff like that, were like getting the best out of her, because she said she was exhibiting that energy because she didn't want to let anybody in, and because of her past traumas of being hurt and everything, and that had happened to her. And so she practically told me that, and she see now, she realized that, and I was genuine, and because a friend had pointed it out that I was genuine to her and everything, and because a friend had called like the bullshit, and there was even when we last met after the mini vacation on Christmas, she had really set her mind that she was never gonna see me again, because for whatever reason. But when she got home, she missed me and she wanted to see me again, and she got confused and everything. And then 3-4 months later, she texts me that she's thinking about me and she want to talk. And then that's where the conversation then started, of us talking again, and wrong time and right person type of situation. And that's when we went on a date. And when we went on a date, then we spoke about this whole thing and to giving this another chance of like, okay, how are we gonna do it, and stuff like that.
And a few weeks after that, we chat a bit, trying to see where we're gonna go from this. We speak. Okay, we then now plan to like have another stay in like a staycation of some sort. And she invited me to her house and everything. Now, okay, cool. I'm like, never go to your parents' house, by the way. So we then go there, and I mean, it's just crazy. It's just cool, and it was fine. We had a great dinner. We chilled and everything. She left early in the morning, and I'm like, she was supposed to come back, and then we're gonna go do things. She left early in the morning, and she was going to take a family member to somewhere and stuff like that. She never came back, and she told me like, "Oh, please meet me in Durban so you can drop off my keys." I'm like, "Why am I meeting you in Durban now?" I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna just have dinner there. Okay, maybe we can chill, maybe for the whole time. And then she, of course, also we can also hang out. Akio, thank you. We'll talk. I think that's the last time we spoke.
When I got to Durban, thinking maybe we're gonna meet and have something like a chill session, only to find that I'm gonna get to her and she's already had made plans with a friend. She's going to meet a friend and everything. And I was like, okay, cool. Then I'm gonna meet my friend. We're gonna have dinner. We've been meaning to do this, what dinner or lunch or whatever. And I drop off her keys and then I left. That's the last I saw of her. A few weeks later, she's with someone.
Got ghosted again. So no, don't ever trust a woman from PNB. I'm sorry, I've had 2 girls from there, broke my heart. No cap. But anyway, that's not the chat yet. But anyway, I'm just like literally telling you guys, like, something stays a no-go area for me. I feel like you need to be able to be strong for that thing. I think you need to be very, 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 very like serious about. If you want something serious, don't prolong them. Like they are intros are not meant to be long. Intros are short, and then you're gonna get to the nitty-gritty of the stuff. And if you want to be in a relationship, in a meaningful relationship, please be with us. We're going through so much. Don't come with a lot of nonsense and baggage and T's and C's and stuff. We want to join up, guys. If you want to join up, stop creating these nonsensical standards and everything and live by social media theories and whatever that you hear on social media every day, guys. Like, that thing is unsustainable and it has never been tried and tested. Maybe it's working for one individual who's trying to create clouds for everybody, but let me tell you, long term, you're not going to raise kids using that shit. You're not going to create family using that shit. So you need to be able to understand that the only thing that's going to create you and a meaningful relationship is you being yourself and knowing your core values and what you want. And bro, like, there's so many things I could talk about, but I just want us to continue to find love, man. If you haven't found love, man, continue finding love. You will. And if you have, congratulations to you. Embrace it. You cherish the person, because at the end of the day, they are there for you and you should be there for them. Love is amazing. Love is beautiful. And this is Leo Black. And this was Podcast About Nothing on Love. I sound like Dr. Phil right now. That sounds amazing, don't I? But man, it's just my thoughts more than anything. I can tell you guys many stories about Njolo, but you know what? Let's just wrap it up there. I don't want to be a long episode. I just want us to be able to. Also, the most important thing about Njolo that I want us to not to forget. Let's take care of our emotions and feelings and mental. I thought that other 3 things that are important. Go into a relationship when you know you are ready mentally, physically, and emotionally. Like, all of it. Be ready. Like, introspect. Check yourself. I'm like, am I ready to walk in to this life of Njolo with this person or not? And then you will find yourself an amazing partner. And that means I'm told that, guys, I bet that doubt, man. I think I'm a uNkulunkulu wangidala ukuthi ngibe i-bachelor for life. My bachelor for life. But man, If you enjoy this, please press like, and if you want to share a comment, please comment on the comments below. Subscribe, and also don't forget to ring that notification Bible bell. Just make sure to tune in for new episode and new content. I'm gonna bring a lot of content, guys. I'm trying to reach out to interesting people so you can be interested into the podcast. This is a podcast about nothing, and I'm your host, Leo Blank, the unfiltered voice. Yeah, man, we out. Peace.